Hey guys, Angie B here again. I'm gonna do just a really short, bonus vlog today because I only have Hannah Banana's questions to answer left over from the, Q&A prompt thingy. I really wish I'd gotten more questions because I don't know. I just want to be goofy and answer questions and not have to worry about the topic right now. But, okay, so, Hannah Banana, Scatterheart, my darling, my sweetheart, my bumblebee, my doll face. I love you. I really love Hannah Banana. She's just so adorable and sweet and funny and just beautiful and artistic. She asked me two kind of deep, serious questions. One being, what's my first memory? I don't know if I can remember my first memory. Isn't that ridiculous? For me, the way that I remember things the best is if I write them down, which is why I post so much on Livejournal. Because Livejournal for me is my way of remembering things. If I write everything down, even if it takes like 5 posts a day, I feel like I've managed to hold on to something. I don't know if this means I have a really, really bad memory or if I just have some issues or what, but for me it's really hard to remember things, especially in detail. Like, I can remember vague feelings or vague situations, but I very rarely can remember what people say. Usually it has to be like a perfect moment, or it has to be really big for me to really remember things in detail. I think if I stretch my memory to the limits, the earliest thing I can recall, I think I was probably about 4 or 5. I must have been 4. And my family went to Florida to visit my grandparents because they were living in Florida at the time. And we went to SeaWorld and to the beach and things like that. And I can remember standing on the beach and looking at the ocean. And I can remember standing right on the tide line and the water running over my feet. And then I remember running away screaming in terror because I couldn't swim. Still can't swim. And I can remember being pushed around in a dolphin-shaped carriage at SeaWorld, wearing a big floppy hat and being really hot and falling asleep. So I guess those are my two first memories that I can recall. I can also vaguely remember standing in my maternal grandma's guest room and looking at her porcelain cat, which I now have in my room. After my grandma and grandpa died, I made sure that was something I got to keep. Hannah Banana also asked, what do I think about before I fall asleep? That really changes from night to night. I think about a lot of things. I think about my day. I think about what I'm going to be doing the next day. I think about what clothes I'm going to be wearing the next day. I think about Doctor Who. I think about fanfics. I think about my friends. I try to plot out ideas or scenes that I'm going to be writing in my novel or in my fanfics. Usually I have some sort of song running through my head that I fall asleep with the lyrics running through my head, which is kind of annoying because then I wake up and I still have Lady Gaga in my head, and while that's awesome and everything, sometimes it's just I don't want to be thinking about the song right now. So that's kind of what I think about before I fall asleep. When I was younger, I used to have really bad panic attacks where I would be lying, trying to fall asleep in bed. And I would think about, oh my god, what if, the first time I can remember doing this, it was Christmas time. And I remember thinking, oh my god, what if one of the lights on the Christmas tree explodes and the Christmas tree catches fire and the whole living room goes up in flames, because my room at the time was at the end of a hall and the only way to get to any of the exits out of the house was through the living room. And I was like, oh my god, what if the house catches on fire? What if there's an earthquake? What if someone breaks into the house? I would start to just panic and worry about things that were completely out of my control or completely ridiculous. I would get these really bad panic attacks. I would be at a grocery store with my parents and I would start panicking about a test that I wasn't going to take for another 3 days, and I would hyperventilate, and it was really bad. I would have these panic attacks on and off for a couple of years, and I try not to think about upsetting things anymore because I'm afraid that I'm going to fall back into that, and then I'm going to, start stressing myself out and worrying too much and freaking out about things. And so if there are really bad news stories, you know, if there's a murder or rape or kidnapping, or if there's, you know, bad weather that's coming and things like that, I try to ignore them. This is one of my biggest reasons why I don't watch the news or read newspapers anymore, because I'm just afraid that I'll work myself up too much. And I'd much rather be happy and joyful and carefree and a fangirl and not worry about, you know, planes crashing into my house and things like that. You know, really ridiculous things. Basically, I was the female version of Jesse Eisenberg's character Columbus in Zombieland. I would panic about clowns and germs and things like that, when I should really just be focusing on more positive, upbeat things in life. I know this is a really short vlog. I feel like I need to say something else to kind of pad it out a bit. Jenny, my darling fiery Twilight, I just saw your latest vlog, your latest Q&A vlog, where you finally got to answer my questions. Yay! Made me really happy. And I did want to say that my username, just in case people are confused and they don't know how to pronounce it, is Zombra. Okay, not, you know, you don't Zombres or Zombre or whatever. I mean, you can pronounce it however you want. I don't really care. I mean, it's free world, whatever. Technically, my username is a combination of zombie and ombre, which is the French word for shadows, because I'm goofy like that. So it's Zombra, you know, no ES sort of sound at the end, but that's, you know, splitting hairs at this point. I'm going to try my hardest to get you guys' Christmas presents made and out to you. Christmas cards, Christmas, you know, knicky-knacks and packages and all that good stuff. I might be a little bit late on some people's just because I haven't had a lot of time to make wonky babies and scarves, thanks to NaNoWriMo. There will also be another NaNoWriMo post. Well, technically it'll just be a Weird USA post, because NaNoWriMo's done and I won, yeah. But I will try to post again. There is more of my novel. I'm not done yet. And I've got some really interesting stuff coming up. Hannah also suggested I do a vlog about Weird USA, so I will leave it to you guys. Would you like an entire vlog about Weird USA? Would you like to hear me natter on about my novel or about the whole experience of NaNoWriMo? And if the answer is yes, please, 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 please leave me specific questions or things you'd like me to talk about in regards to Weird USA and NaNoWriMo. Because I really don't know how to just fill an entire vlog just talking about my novel, because I feel like I would just be rehashing the story, which you guys have read or will be reading, and that's kind of pointless to just rehash it. So if you want to know, like, my inspirations behind it, or how I came up with the characters, or things like that, you know, that's the sort of stuff that I want to know. If you guys want to know about that stuff, let me know, and I will, you know, answer all of your questions. So that's the bonus vlog for today. If I've seemed a little bit down today, apologies. It's really, really cold. It's just started to snow. I'm in my gym jams, and I've got my awesome blanket that Erin Havelka made for me for Christmas last year. So yeah, I'm just kind of down, just, you know, energy-wise and stuff, so it's nothing against you, Hannah, and your questions, because they were good, and I love you. So that's the vlog for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Check you later.